Hey guys, Wolvie here with a special presentation for Dissidio Final Fantasy Opera Aranea Global for the 11th of March 2020. And this video is going to be all about Aranea. Now you're kind of wondering, Her? What's going on with her, Wolvie? So with this particular presentation, it's pretty much going to be answering a question of sorts as to whether or not she could have a potential effect on some of the upcoming banners. Now, for those of us who are on the global side, we did get her as the second global first character, with Beatrix being the first. Now, when it comes to characters like Beatrix and Aranea, the question that's always been on my mind is, who will they affect? And if so, why and who? So, once I come back, we will be at the home screen, and hopefully I'll have some answers. I am back, and yes, this is going to be all about Aranea. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put the focus on her. So the thing is with my Aranea here, 6 out of 6 for the sub boards thus far. Everything all purpled, all that good stuff, but that's not the focus, believe it or not. So like I said, she is a global first character, and it looks like she did not even delay anyone. Because if you remember, for those of us who are on global around this time last year, Beatrix actually delayed every character event, believe it or not, by a couple of weeks when she first debuted on global. So it looks like this time around, global decided probably figured, they're like, okay, we delayed it quite a few people, let's not delay them for too much longer, so we'll just cram her in between. So with that all out of the way, we have a few banners coming up that is kind of like a hot ticket of sorts. One of them being Vayne's Lost Chapter, because his EX does become realizable at that point, and this is alongside his 7070 Awakening and his rework. Now we do know, in addition to that, Paladin Cecil gets his 7070 Awakening, and his EX weapon becomes realizable as well. I'm not 100% sure about a rework, but I do know that with Vayne's Lost Chapter, both Vayne and Paladin Cecil at least get a 7070 Awakening, and their EX weapons do become realizable, with Vayne also getting his rework. Now so with that out of the way, there's a little bit more to come, meaning that you have Act 2, Chapter 8 showing up likely in April. You have the global debut of General Leo Christophe for Final Fantasy VI. He comes out with his full kit, 1535 at EX, with the EX being realizable. Then you have the 7070 Awakening rework and an EX debut for Galuf for Final Fantasy V. So that's that, and there's more. The 10th wave of 7070 Awakenings, this is where you get a rework, 7070 Awakening and EX weapon debuts for Hope and Shadow, alongside Lightning's 7070 Awakening, and her EX weapon becomes realizable. But wait, there's more. You also have what could potentially be either a lost chapter for Beatrix, or what's more likely going to happen, a rerun of her initial event. But this time around with this, if it is the rerun, it's going to have the 7070 Awakening for Steiner, along with the debut of his EX weapon. But wait, there's more. There's also the lost chapter for Fran for Final Fantasy XII. She gets her 7070 Awakening, and her EX weapon does become realizable upon its debut, alongside Ash's EX weapon becoming realizable. But wait, there's more. Now you also have the global debut, which should be in April, of Exdeath for Final Fantasy V. Again, 7070 Awakening, full kit including the EX being realizable. This also sees Gilgamesh's EX weapon becoming realizable. So with that all out of the way, whose banners does Aranea's global debut would likely affect. Now, one I could definitely see it potentially affecting is, in my opinion, a very surprisingly Vayne's lost chapter. Now, Vayne does a good job at what he does, but he is one of those characters who needs his EX. Otherwise, he will run out of gas fast. Now, another one I could probably see people potentially skipping is Beatrix. Now, those who are most likely going to skip her are going to be the ones who already have her kit. But then again, with Aranea, what she could do, people who don't have her from before could probably skip her for that reason. Now, with some of the others, I'm going to say Exdeath would be another one that it could affect. For the simple fact that you've got Gilgamesh. So, with that out of the way, will the Wave 10 banner and the Act 2 Chapter 8 banners be affected by it? Probably not. But only time will tell. And that's where I'm going to end this video. With Wolvie here, signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.